Alright, good morning. So, in the last video, I explained the problems we were having with the with the water filter, and we also put the fish in the reservoir tank in the last video. So, while I resolved the water filter problems, so here we are now on Saturday, a few days after, and well, weather looks a little bit better, but then it's been just very random the past few days, and we also had that typhoon. But anyway, an update on the water filter first. So the problems that we had were the seal on the spout and the hose. The elastoseal was melting, and the water was discolored. We discarded all that. We placed the fish here, and then I cleaned the tank. I discarded all the water, and then I put the fish back in, and then I got to work on the water filter. Now, after watching a few videos and figuring out how to resolve the sealant problems and also the platform rot, I resolved to just make a much simpler filter after watching a few videos on YouTube. So now what we've got is a sump style filter, and instead of accumulating water now instead of accumulating water in the filter to have it fall back into the hose and out the spout, I've discarded the hose completely, and now what I have is the water pump just pumping water out of the tank and into and now onto the top, where it immediately goes through a filtration process. What I've done here is I've cut out a food containers, the bottom of a food container, and then on the cover, you can also do this the reverse way, but I just did it this way so that it would sit on top like this. On the bottom, I've cut out holes, so you can see the water is streaming through number of holes that I've punched out there. So the concept here is that it's literally just, as you can see, dropping water onto the top where it's already being filtered on the first layer. The water is streaming out through the punched out holes, and that actually also aerates it, and then inside it passes through another 3 layers of filter medium, and then eventually it just trickles out the bottom. So you can take a look at that. So it's not as impressive looking as the first filter, but I actually think it works better. And just from the top layer already here, a lot, as you can see, a lot of the waste is already collecting. So so I think that works pretty well. Also, I've resolved the whole platform, the barbecue stick rot issue, by simply making do without the platform completely. So I've just figured out a way of how to tie this plastic thing to the balde, just using the features that are on the thing. I just looked at it and figured out how to tie it with twisty tie, and also using the features of the balde, the features of the balde, which are meant to hold the cover of the plastic cover of the balde in place, but I'm using it to tie the twisty tie around. So this is actually a better filter, I think. So no more rot issues, no more having to deal with elastoseal. So it works pretty well, and the water is trickling down there. Okay, so I've got the fish set up again in the tank. This was all newly cured water, and then I've also got a more water curing here in the reservoir as backup. Also, I've built a new cover. The original cover was also made out of those barbecue sticks, and it was already starting to rot. This one I think is much better. I built it out of the same green screen and the same alambre that I used for the tomato plant, and this will definitely last longer. And I've also put a little bit of Velcro here so it actually stays in place even better now. So there you go. You know, the only reason we have a cover here is to deter the cats, because we're just afraid that the cats might start picking up fishing as a hobby. But they haven't really gotten near this tank anyway. Also, I want to point out that in that whole process of transferring the fish here and then back here the past couple of days, we only lost one fish, and that was actually just this morning. We fished out a dead guppy from the bottom of the tank, but so far all the other fish are still alive, and we just fed them this morning. So there, basically this is all version 2 of the tank and the water filter, and I think this is definitely gonna last longer. As you said, everything is a prototype, but I think this might be I think version 2 will probably be a more long-term solution. I also got more of this green matting to keep this area neat and to let the water drain. It's a good thing that the balcony drain is right there. So, I also found this plastic container at the hardware store. So, you know, all the electrical here and the air pump is protected from any splatter or any bad weather coming in here on the balcony. So I'm quite happy with that. And as you know, it's been stormy for the past few days. So update on the plants. The sunflower is, I think it's completely far gone. These two sprouts they were still showing signs of hope the past couple of days, but I think being battered by the winds and the rain, it just completely did it in. So I'll probably have to replant that. I'll wait for the weather to really pick up. As for our basil and parsley here, we have a lone parsley sprout and another lone parsley sprout starting over here.
Then they're not lone.
Well, yeah, there's two, and that's it. The basil still sprouting okay. These I think will make it. And surprisingly, our cherry tomato is growing. So hopefully these turn out to be good plants. And then our dalandan is still doing all right. We have a couple of we have a few new additions here from our friend Paul. He gave us some bell pepper seedlings. So I replanted these two, and one of them is still in the can that he gave us. And over here, of course, we have our kangkong and sitaw. Those seem to be doing all right. These are pretty easy to grow and they last long. And the tomato, well, this one, another plant that's really been feeling the bad weather. You know, it's too much work to actually try to protect these plants, like, and try to, you know, I don't know, not build a greenhouse around them, but that's too much work already here, and we don't have the space. But I think this guy will survive. It just needs a little bit of good weather. Hopefully, it's the rainy season. It's not really ideal for planting, but we're doing it anyway. So I've been spending more time refining the fish tank and everything that's going on here. But so far, that's where we're at, and I actually want to add more fish, as Jonathan suggested. So maybe in the next few weeks we'll be adding maybe, I don't know, another 15 or 20 more guppies. So there you go. Till next one.